Hi guys, it's Vanessa with Up and Growing, and we're going to be making this super sweet Valentine's cocoa using some Dollar Tree styrofoam. We're going to start off with the green styrofoam, and I'm going to make it taller. So I want to cut out some more styrofoam. You guys can use the Dollar Tree styrofoam discs. I have a thicker board that I'm using, but you can totally double up 2 of the discs. I just sized it up with my cookie cutter, cut the styrofoam, and then I want to make sure that it's nice and even to that so my clay looks nice and clean. So I'm just smoothing that out. I'm using my Bose foam clay. That is the pink mixed with white. I'm just cutting a straight edge there just to remove some of that excess clay. And then I'm going to add some super glue to my styrofoam and attach my clay. I'm going to meet that clay up and remove that excess right there. You do not want it bulky at that seam. I'm going to run some super glue around the edge and close that bottom off. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the top. I'm going back with the chunky part of my hand and just smoothing everything. Now I'm going to hot glue a dowel into my styrofoam. It's going to be a lot easier to handle it while I embellish it and finish it off. I'm going back on that seam and I want to blend it really nice. I'm just making sure my clay is nice and smooth. And now I'm going to be using the chocolate Bose clay for my cocoa color. I'm going to size the top up with a cookie cutter and then just cut that out. I am going to be adding a finishing strip to the top of my mug, so I'm not too worried about it being perfectly even. I'm being mindful. I want to keep that seam of that pink clay as my back, and then I'm just attaching that cocoa. And I'm going to roll out a red and white rope, and then I'm going to twist them. Again, I'm starting in the back where that pink seam is. All my cuts are going to stay in the back with that seam. And I'm just going right around the outside of the cocoa and the lip of my mug. I want to make sure that it's nice and attached to the cocoa and the pink clay. And now I'm going to make the handle for my cocoa mug. I'm going to cut that on an angle, lay it nice and flat to that pink clay, and I'm going to just attach that on the side and leave a little bit to curl up. And then I'm doing the same thing at the bottom, being mindful of where that seam is, and I'm going to do my start and finish right there in that seam. And now I'm going to embellish my mug. You guys can do whatever you want. I just cut out a heart for the front of my mug. I'm going to add a little bit of polka dots, different sizes all around. So you can use that dowel to attach if you want to put your gingerbread on top. I want to put my whipped topping, so I'm going to leave a little bit as some support for my whipped. It's also a good guide for you new fake bakers to just go around. And then I cut out some marshmallows. And now I'm going to add my tulip puffy paint as my chocolate dripping. I also added a straw. I did just hot glue it right into the styrofoam. And then you guys can display this however you want. I think it's super cute with the gingerbread on this adorable cake stand. I hope I've inspired you guys, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks, guys.